Awesome. Hola. Thanks to Barcelona and Sekira folks for giving me a warm welcome this week. And I'm Manasa Surakala. I'm product lead in the R&D IT Omics Platform at AstraZeneca. So before becoming a product lead, I was a biologist and a bioinformatician and have been working with AstraZeneca because I love being closer to science and also contributing to society, and hence AstraZeneca. So at AstraZeneca, we focus on several therapy areas, and we have both research and development, which has several stages before medicine reaches to patients. And I am more focused on the target discovery, preclinical, and clinical phases. Wearing my biologist hat, I have come across really complex, large volume, and high throughput data on different modalities coming in day in and out through these stages. And for a scientist or a bioinformatician to look at this data, we need workflows that scale, run fast, and also in a compliant environment. So I have a quick question for the audience here. In the context of workflows, how many of you are runners? Sorry, it's pretty hard to look from here. It's blinding. Given that the number of attendees are increasing at these conferences, how about a summit at the beach? Just kidding, giving an idea there. And how many of you are actually builders? Yeah, I could see more ratio of runners to builders, and being in biologist's shoes, I have been a runner myself, and I have started my journey to becoming a builder, and then I hit this. I'm sure many of you have seen this. Frustrating, isn't it? This is where Nextflow and the community has really helped biologists like me to kickstart off my journey. So thanks to Sekira and the community for being there for biologists like us. So let me give you a quick glimpse on the kind of journey that we started with Nextflow. 4 years ago, we had this joint venture called Functional Genomics Center, which is a partnership between AstraZeneca and Cancer Research UK. And we have CRISPR technology, state-of-the-art facility there. And it's just right across our new building called The Desk in Cambridge. And I've been there last week for the first time, and I can vouch that I can literally see the Functional Genomics Center from there. So what do we have? At Functional Genomics Center, we have both the scientists from AstraZeneca and CR UK putting forth several CRISPR screen proposals. And depending on the kind of project, the data actually flows through either AstraZeneca or CR UK. And we collate the metadata at sample, project, and library level. You should really appreciate the fact, despite the data flowing through two different organizations, we still fundamentally have the same CRISPR pipeline in Nextflow and enable the scientists and bioinformaticians across these two organizations to commit their codes and collaborate. But at the same time, we create private modules so that it caters the needs of different organizations. Now, let me give you a quick glimpse on what we have done this year at AstraZeneca for the CRISPR project. So when a bioinformatician actually has the metadata and decides, okay, the CRISPR screens are good, this is the cohort I want to go ahead with, they can actually auto-launch whenever the data is ready. So let's say the FASTQ files are ready over the weekend, it can automatically kick off and be ready for a scientist bioinformatician to look at the data. But at the same time, imagine with the current CRISPR cohort, they want to add the old cohort or old samples from there and analyze the data. In that case, we have provisioned a manual launch so that the scientist or bioinformatician can go into Nextflow Tower, Sekira platform. We'll try to get used to that. And then they can kick it off. But at the same time, they would be able to look at the Sekira platform and understand what's the process workflow looking like, what is the run at, and monitor it. But at the same time, we enabled automatic notifications to their teams. The bioinformaticians' happiness index increased after that. So the results from these screens are enabled and available through database, and this data product is available for bioinformaticians to look at the high-resistant genes across projects, but also we have other user groups such as data scientists and analysts who look at knowledge graphs, design ML and AI models to enable novel target discovery. So through this journey, via automation, we have rapidly reduced the end-to-end workflow time, but also given the flexibility to the bioinformatician to either manually launch or automatically launch them. So this has been a really successful project with Nextflow and Secura platform, and it has enabled us to think about where we are with the platform. So if you see the Nextflow Tower, we have enabled the bioinformaticians to take a quick glance on what the configuration looks like, and also the key steps in the pipeline, which actually hides all the code behind it, which is very appealing to a biologist like me, and also enabled looking at the key metrics from the pipeline, such as the runtime and also the cost of a run, which usually takes hours to dig into the log files in the old way. Not only that, on the platform, we would be able to see the high-intensive compute steps, which enables the engineers and the bioinformaticians to continually optimize our pipelines. So keeping all the positive things aside, what if a run fails? In the olden days, we used to go into the log files, take hours to understand where it actually failed, but through the platform, we are able to quickly take a glance at where it failed and how can we fix it, but also relaunch at a single click. So that has been a very successful project with CRISPR. Now, putting on my product lead hat, in the Omics platform, we aim to provide the scientists with rich omics data ecosystem by giving them repeatable analytic pipelines, fair services, and data products that are very well integrated so that they can work with analytics-ready data. So last year, we have been rethinking how we can structure the platform and came up with these several layers of capabilities that can actually look at adopting and being flexible at accommodating CRISPR, DNA-seq, RNA-seq proteomics, but also are scalable enough to adopt any new technology that comes in. So in the orchestration layer is where we have Nextflow and Secura platform. And we have started looking at transforming from project level to a capability level so that we can provide different workspaces to different user groups in AstraZeneca. Not only that, we have given industry standard RNA-seq sort of pipelines for user groups to work with as a self-service, but at the same time, given them the capability with infrastructure, storage, everything intact with the workspaces so that they can quickly deploy customized pipelines as needed. Not only that, using the cloudability, the AWS stacks, we have been giving them reports around what is the cost around the compute and as well as storage whenever they are running the pipelines. So by doing all this, we are trying to speed up the front line of delivering data to our scientists and bioinformaticians, thereby helps us to deliver medicines to patients faster. So all this journey wouldn't have been possible without the great effort from our teams, both in R&D, IT, Omics Platform, and oncology, and also not without the great support we received from Secura folks. And Surya, Salim, and Russell, who couldn't be here with me today, but they have been driving this immensely on the capabilities. Also, we are hiring in Barcelona. It's just 20 minutes away from here. So keep an eye on the workplace and let us know. Thank you.
Thank you for a very engaging talk, and that's a really cool setup. There is a question on Slack. Did you encounter any particular challenges to incorporate Secura platform into your workflow? And here I think we're talking about workflow as a process.
Yes, we had to internalize the Nextflow Tower, and we have been given the Docker through the Secura folks. and they have been immensely helpful to internalize and expand our user base in the AstraZeneca as well. So kudos to that.
Excellent. One other question, just from the point of view of community. So you have user groups and that you're trying to enable. Does that tie at all into NF Core and the Nextflow community? Like, is there some overlap, or there things that you find you can organize at that level?
Yes, so we have been conducting a lot of Nextflow trainings through you, obviously. And at the same time, we are starting to build Nextflow community within AstraZeneca as well. And we are looking to partner with Secura folks to have at least 1 or 2 people embedded and see how it goes. So it's a transformative journey, and we are looking to grow more.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.